We have taken control as to bring you this special message, and we will return it to you as soon as you're grooving. Welcome to station WEFUNK, We Funk, home of the extraterrestrial brothers, creators of funky music, P-Funk, Uncut Funk, The Bomb. That was just a little Parliament. We are here live at the Rainier Avenue Radio Call to Conscience Black History Month Museum. That little opening was part of the History of Funk exhibit that exists here at the Call to Conscience Museum. If you're not familiar with Parliament, you need to come down and check it out and find out more about contributions that Parliament Funkadelic made to the history of funk. Impacted people like me in Seattle as well as the Seattle music scene. We also have a few other incredible installations here. Right here, you see behind me the Seattle chapter of the Black Panther Party exhibit. There's also an exhibit on the jazz scene in Seattle, 20s, 30s, and 40s. You'll find out about the history of Kitsap County. You'll find out about the history of religion and much, much more right here at Call to Conscience. We'll be open today. We'll be open on Sunday. We'll be open next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 28th will be the last day that we'll be here. We've had a number of special programs. We brought up Phil Armstrong from Tulsa to talk about preserving your legacy. Phil Armstrong was the executive director, former executive director of the Greenwood Rising Museum in Tulsa. And so he had a lot of information to share about what happened in Tulsa. If you're unfamiliar, that what was at one point called a race riot was eventually reclaimed to be a race massacre. And how did that community build to preserve their legacy after 100 years of having what was a massacre be called a riot? We were also joined by Akuye Vargas, who is the curator of an incredible amount of history from Kitsap County. If you don't know about Kitsap County and the information that Kitsap County supplied relative to African Americans in the state of Washington, you'll find all of that information here. One of my favorites is information on Rainier Cinema. This building that we're in, the Columbia City Theater, was once the Rainier Cinema. We have authentic movie posters here from that era, that genre, where this was the only place that you could come to watch what we called Black and Kung Fu movies like Superfly and Cleopatra Jones. So come on down. We welcome you to come here and find out a little bit about Seattle African American history that you really won't be able to find anywhere else. We'll be here until the 28th, so try to take advantage of that. Right now, I am really excited that our mayor, Mayor Wilson, has taken the time to come visit us here at the Call to Conscience Museum. And at this time, I'd like to welcome up the Honorable Mayor Katie Wilson. Thank you for coming.
Great to be here, Tony. I have really enjoyed getting a tour of the Call to Conscience Museum from Tony here. It's a really wonderful exhibit, so I encourage everyone to come down. And it's just really great to be here to celebrate Black History Month and also to recognize how deeply that history lives in Seattle. As Tony said, I'm standing in front of the Black Panther exhibit. And I think in particular, just recognizing the role that movements for Black freedom and Black power played in our history. The Black Panther Party Seattle chapter was founded by a collective of local activists committed to justice and to dignity and self-determination for Black communities. Among them were Aaron Dixon and Elmer Dixon, leaders whose work shaped not only our city, but national movements for racial justice. These are leaders whose work has inspired and informed me as a community organizer, and it's work that's really rooted in community care and in collective action. This history, from organizing free breakfast programs for children, community health clinics, political education, mutual aid, really shapes our present. It shows us how we meet our basic needs and how we can keep each other safe. Viewing this powerful exhibit on Black history in Washington State, all the stories and the contributions of Black communities that have shaped our region, I also know that they will continue to shape our future. They inspire each of us to answer that call to conscience with courage and with action. So thank you so much, Tony, for the invitation. And I really hope that everyone makes time before the end of the month to come and see these exhibits. Thank you.
All right. Won't you stay up here for a second? So as we say goodbye, one thing that I did not mention is that this is the 100th anniversary of Black History Month.
That's right.
In 1926, Carter G. Woodson, I'm sure as you know, started what originally was Negro History Week. In 1976, that became Black History Month. So the iconic thing about this is that there's 50 years of Negro History Week. This is 50 years of Black History Month put together, 100 years of celebrating African American history in this country. All right. Thank you for being here. That's it. Come on down and visit the museum. It's me, Tony B., along with Mayor Wilson saying, remember, whether you believe you can or whether you believe you cannot, you are probably right. We're out. Peace.